Thanks for coming. Never in doubt, right? Before I start about the game, I do want to acknowledge, we had the dedication of the plaque down by the grill in the stadium to the Trailblazers, the four guys that integrated Tulane football, that broke the color barrier with Tulane football. Charlie Hall and John Washington had the privilege, man. Those are two of the four. The other two, Robert Johnson, he's deceased, and then Charles Ennis. But Charlie Hall and John Washington had the privilege, and our team had the privilege yesterday of spending time with them. They hung out in my office for a while after practice yesterday, and such a privilege for our guys to get to interact with them and see those that came before them to blaze the path, if you will, for opportunity for all. And hats off to them for what they probably endured to be able to be the ones that broke through that barrier. And I think, our sport is a microcosm of what society should look like, because whether you're in the locker room, black, white, religious, non-religious, whatever religion, whatever political party or non-political, man, our guys love each other, care about each other, fight for each other, and everybody's different. It's like what the world should look like, and those guys, they took part in changing what Tulane football looked like in 1971, which is probably an uncomfortable thing to do. So I want to acknowledge them and grateful for them and their contributions to Tulane football, man, our sport. Happy for our guys. I don't know if I got the stats in front of me. I hadn't looked at them. I do have them maybe. We won the game. How about that? There's your stat line. But, man, we keep finding ways to win. This team's gritty, tough. They fight. I told them in the locker room, nobody's going to question our toughness. Now, we're not pretty yet. Like, if you were going to grade our pretty scale, it ain't real good looking right now. But we're finding ways to win. And I told them once we get pretty, we're already tough. If you match up pretty and tough together, we're going to be even a harder out. Right now, we're not maximizing our opportunities, and we got to continue to grow. That starts with me. It's not the players, it's me. I got to help the staff, equip them to be ready to capitalize better in a lot of areas. But a win is a win is a win. So with that, open up. Gary wants to go first. I can tell. He's chomping at the bit. Oh.
Well,
Hey, I can tell too. Jeff Duncan's not here tonight, and Mackle's not here, so I know LSU must be playing. So I'm not sure if they're winning or not. I don't care, but
they lost.
That's fine. I'm not. That's not my problem. I'm just letting you know. I know the LSU is playing because Mackle and Jeff Duncan, they're watching somebody else.
Well, can you just take me through that last touchdown, the decision to go for a touchdown versus taking a field goal because you were already in field goal range, and then the reaction to just how that played out?
Yeah. Similar as last week, like some scenarios you might take the field goal. We had a couple of operations on the field goal today that I was less than pleased with. I'm not going to call any player out, but I didn't love a couple of the ways the field goals looked. Happening today, the wind was pretty hard in our face. It was about 11-mile-an-hour wind into our face there. At the end with the gust, it was probably 18 is what the weather report said. So it sounds really simple to kick a field goal. I know everybody's like, oh, it's just a field goal. Until you're the guy snapping the ball, you're the guy holding the ball, you're the guy making the kick. And so against them, I felt like if we could score the touchdown, and we knew maybe 25 seconds left on the clock is what it was, I believe, we felt like making them go the length of the field. I'm sorry, it's 27 seconds left on the clock. But making them go the length of the field probably was advantageous for us as opposed to putting in the kick's hand. Y'all can second-guess me all day you want. If they hit the Hail Mary there at the end, I'm an idiot. We won the game, so I'm a genius right now. But I think just felt like, man, never put it in doubt. Going up 7 with under 30 seconds hitting into the world.
There you go. I was just gonna say, and then your reaction just to how the touchdown played out, like Shazz bobbling it and then finally gathering in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, Shazz. Well, the first touchdown before that one, Bryce, right? He wasn't the primary. Nate Woody's their defensive coordinator, does a fantastic job. He's the defensive coordinator. Wofford forever, at Georgia Tech for a minute. Nate's he's an old dog, man. I told him after the game, I'm like, can you please quit coaching? I'm tired of coaching. He's same structure defense we are, same system. He's a pain in the butt. He did a great job disguising on the first touchdown that Bryce had. we thought we were going to get one coverage and got a totally opposite coverage. And we're like, and Jake had to like kind of adjust, recalibrate, extend the play, and find Bryce. And then on the one to Shazz, we're out of timeouts there. So about 23 seconds ish, you can go live clock, run a play, Toro field goal, get them on the field. If we didn't connect on that one, we were going to probably tank it, which means center it, tank to Toro, which is just quarterback sneak, middle field, and then run the fast field goal team on. So that was the plan. The last play, they also switched the coverage on us, and it was a different coverage than we anticipated. Probably not exactly how we would have drawn it up, but Shazz caught it, I think, on the third or fourth bounce, and I'm glad that we caught it, not them.
Jake Retzlaff told us this summer, shortly after he got here, and even watching him in a couple of scrimmages, how much he loved that 2-minute drill. We saw him win games at BYU. Today, he got kind of 2 cracks at it with touchdowns, both within that 2-minute mark. How confident were you in those moments with him kind of getting the ball, and what did you think of his performance in that stretch?
Yeah, Jake's gutsy, man. He's got a lot of moxie about him. He's the kind of dude you can tell he played backyard football growing up. You know what I mean? Like, some guys, you watch them play and their instincts maybe are lacking. You're like, all right, you played video games as a kid, not backyard football. Jake Retzlaff played backyard football. He just has a little bit of awareness of how to extend things, keep things alive, a little bit of a gunslinger mentality, never backs down, plays with an edge and a chip on his shoulder, never doubts. Like, I went up to him on the 4th down touchdown before, and I kind of smiled at him. He gave me like the biggest smile in a clutch moment where you're like, some guys, they don't have it. Some guys got it. And in that situation, he just has it, man. He's like, let's go, coach. I'm good. 4th and whatever. Like, let's go score. And so, really proud of his response. Really wasn't our best day in some throw game areas. We had some positive plays, but we left a lot out there too. We really did in the throw game for sure.
Back-to-back week, 14-point fourth quarters. I mean, what do you find that's clicking with your team late and maybe working in the final stretch there?
Yeah, well, I think the frustrating part has been early in the game we're moving the mess out of the football and we're not capitalizing. And I went for it on the 4th down today, and I felt like we should have gotten it. I'm interested to see it on TV or on the coach's cut copy because I couldn't tell where the ball was, but that's when it was blocked to get, and it's like we got to go get that. So where I'll start with where I'm frustrated is I'm frustrated with when we drive the length of the field, we get to the 8-yard line, we got to score touchdowns, all right? Or we're not going to beat the teams we have coming up, all right? But then we're resilient and we find ways late to just keep punching, and keep fighting. And if you keep swinging, then eventually you're gonna land some punches. And our guys, man, they never quit. They keep fighting. They don't have doubt in their mind. When bad things happen around here, we say good. Like, that's just what we say. Like, so after we threw the pick, on the goal line, basically, everybody's on the sideline going good. I mean, we're not really like happy it happened, but it's good. Let's move on. Next play. And so that group's just going to keep fighting. They got to keep capitalizing late in the game, but we got to start, scoring earlier too.
That Shazz was one of the players that probably had one of the better summers. To see the work he's put in and then the moments that he's now able to enjoy, I mean, how rewarding is that from a coach's perspective?
Well, when guys work really hard, the results usually show up at some point. You don't know the timeline, right? Everybody's developmental timeline is a little different. But if you put your head down and work, good things happen. Shazz's development kind of reminds me of Dante Fleming's a little. When I got here, Dante lacked confidence. Kind of like had maybe had some things not go his way, and he, Shazz, my first year here, spent the whole May. I'm sorry, Dante, my first year spent the whole May here. Like, he didn't leave. The players were off for the month of May. Shazz did that this year. It's like when guys usually work their tail off when they have off time. Like, I saw Shazz in the building around when the players were off the month of May. I saw him a ton in the weight room, doing mobility, doing whatever, doing extra. And when Shazz first got here, I think he had to rebuild his confidence and kind of get himself back to the player he was coming out of high school a little bit. Because sometimes you get frustrated maybe with your opportunities or things aren't going your way. And he's worked incredibly hard. he's got tremendous ball skills. He's got kind of I don't want him to think he's this guy yet, but he's got some Debo Samuel type play style stuff where you're like, if you're a DB trying to tackle a guy that size, that's a hard tackle, man. Like if you're a 180-pound DB having to tackle a 205-pound receiver that runs pretty good too. I mean, he's changed his speed too. He's running 21s and 20.5 mile an hour. So he's worked really hard. And when you work really hard, good things happen. Couldn't be more proud of him. Local product. The door's open. They're mad about that, I guess. I don't know. But local product, St. James. And, man, awesome to see him do what he's doing.
You were aggressive with the timeouts after you tied it when Army had the ball. Were you surprised that they ran it 3 straight plays when they had hit some? They'd had some guys open downfield.
I was a little surprised. I was a little surprised. The only thing I thought was they didn't want to give us a timeout by throwing an incompletion either. And the way they're built, they're able to pop a run on you, at any time. So I just felt like, let's stop the run. If they hit us on a pass, shame on us. The couple they hit us on, we got a little nosy at times today, bad eyes. We got two times we have a eligible receiver 5 yards past us, and the guy supposedly covering him is looking in the backfield. I'm like, well, he's not throwing the ball to you, so you might want to catch the guy you're supposed to be covering. But we felt like we needed to be aggressive there. You never know if a team's going to run a naked or a drop back pass or try to get the ball in the perimeter. They kept it in the quarterback's hands, which is a pretty good thing for them to do most of the time, but we were able to get the stop, and that was awesome for our guys to be able to. I think that was our only 3 and out on the day. We talked this week, a 3 and out against an option team is like a turnover. It's like getting a forced fumble. We didn't get one until the very end, but it when it counted, it showed up.
The field goal they got at the end of the first half, how frustrating was that for
Extremely.
you? Because the only way they were going to score was to hit a deep ball, and they got a guy.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was talking about. We're beating coverage by 5 yards-ish, and we're looking in the backfield while the guy's behind us. It's like, hey, we may want to stay on top in coverage. Like, we got to be more detailed. And that's coaching. That's accepting coaching. I'm not mad at that player. The player I love that player. He's one of my favorite guys on our team. He's just got to mature. He's a young player, and we got to understand situational football better. I don't think we played great situationally in spurts today. Obviously, at the very end of the game, we played really good situational football. Like to get 2-minute drill scores on touchdowns is pretty impressive. But some other areas we got to clean up.
And you had talked last time around about how this team, you love them, but they're pulling your hair out a little bit. Yeah, and you still feeling that way a little bit?
Yeah, I feel like that. Coach Monk and the head coach at Army and I are really close, and I told him, I'm like, this may be one of my more talented teams I've been around. As a head coach, this might be the most talented team I've coached. It's the youngest, kind of least developed team, too. Like last year's team here was kind of mature-ish, like sort of developed. The 2 Troy teams I had, were like, they were chew nails tough and very, very mature. This team's just trying to grow up and figure it out, and it may age me, but it's also going to keep me young at heart because I'm trying to find ways to reach them and get them to really lock in. I love these guys, man. Like I love coming to work. I love what I do. I love impacting their lives. I love seeing them grow. I love seeing them develop. I want it to happen faster, and so we'll get there. But, man, there's like the coach-to-player communication, I wish I had coach-to-player communication while they were on the field to all 11 guys at every play. Because if we did, I think I'd sleep better at night. Thank y'all. Roll wave. Thanks again for being here.